So we have three options, three friends available. Resto Piranha, not bad. I never like Piranha. The base damage is really low. Um, the double crit thing is cool, but it's ultimately just like a small weapon that I don't think does too much. Narwhal, honestly, not bad. Fast attack speed. I really like Fang, so you think something like Narwhal would be similar. Turbo's nice here. You know, mostly haste itself right now. I think Jellyfish. Oh, double haste duration. I was thinking it hasted everything, but yeah, let's grab Jellyfish. Jellyfish just got buffed. They're all friends. I guess no. I guess I was gonna say they're all friends. The other thing isn't. We'll take a couple aquatic items. We can take this. Coal. I guess we could have gone maybe that direction. But yeah, no, Piranha isn't a friend still. I talk about this every day, but Overheal gives us all haste. I haven't been liking Laying as much. Pyro, the lighter to get buffed. Now let's maybe go Pyro. See if we can get some burn stuff. You know, there's a lot of burn overlap with aquatic builds. So this haste for 2 seconds every time something next to it casts. We definitely should have moved. This does cast once at the beginning. We don't have a ton of damage, as you can see. We need to do something about that. Just kind of dirtling at the beginning. Okay, we get the cinders. We'll save that for later. Volcanic Vents actually got buffed a lot, so it's plausible that we move into that if we see it. And we can go look for one right here. I don't think any of this is really doing much. We do see events, and I think we will take a fishing rod. And I think our build looks something like this for now. At 5, you actually do a ton of damage. This used to be 1, I say this every time, but it used to be like what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's 3, 6, 9, 12. So this would be like, this is better than what a diamond one would have been. And 15 does what? Is it times 7? It's, so 105, right? Oh, they have maybe even a better burn item though. And they have some shielding, so. Oh, that's cool. When you overheal shield, so you can actually shield 2 things. That's interesting. So unfortunately we just die the next matchbook hit. Although we did get a heal off in time. Oh, yeah, but this ticks down too fast. The matchbook's just a lot quicker than the seaweed. So yeah, I mean, they got an obsidian matchbox, which is really, really good. Matchbox is really good. I talk about lighter being good all the time. Matchbox is just really, really strong. Go to the mountain pass, see if we can get some XP. Looks like we will. Mosquito's generally pretty easy to beat, but does have some decent, like, loot. Like, this is all... Insect Wing's nice. Keen Eye is fine. Rush, if you have a single weapon, this is great. Just getting 3 seconds on that weapon. It's awesome. So this, right now we're just burning for 15, and it ticks down 14 by the time we reapply. Actually, it looked like we ticked down almost all the way, because it's like a half-second tick, I guess. But if we can just buff it a little bit more, we can start stacking. Or if we can change the cooldown, right? So I think we can maybe search for a burn one. Yeah, there we go. 7. So every like incremental burn thing makes just a huge difference. I wonder if we should just... I don't quite want to pop that off yet. We did get a narwhal. Something like this, I think, does the most healing. I have been liking Borrow. I have been sort of more into this. Huh. Take the upgrade. Get some more haste here. We can roll. I don't think we need any of this necessarily. Could take Life Preserver. I do like that. It's just an early game item. We'll take Scrapper. We have healing. We have poison. I think we beat this easily. The slow is the big prize, I think. But the heal, plus 15 heal, plus 20 heal. We don't have any shielding yet, but some of those could be okay. We're not going to really go damage, it looks like. But we could. I mean, this is not the thing you have on D2 doesn't matter at all for your final build, in most circumstances. Like you can just go whatever. Because we have one skill. That's really the only enduring, aspect of our setup. Oh, and we get another skill, but this goes with anything. We can get an upgrade, and we can just upgrade this, and it's plus what? Is it plus 3 per level now? So this goes to 10. Yeah, it's so good. I love the change there. I don't necessarily know if it's like good balance yet. I mean, it could be. I'm not saying it isn't, but it does just seem it really makes the item a lot more interesting. It's unfortunate. Like I got access to those when the thing came out, like the new thing was released. Okay, I'll take the weapon upgrade. When the new card sets were, given to everybody, right? And you want to play these new items, and it's just if they, you play them, and you're like, oh, these are kind of weak, and if they feel weak, it's just a little bit like you're like, oh, I waited for this, like I was so excited for this, and it's not that good. But when it when they improve these things and they get a little better, it definitely makes it more, it feels like that wait was more worthwhile. So yeah, I've definitely been enjoying, having some of them get buffed. A lot of the poison cards got buffed. I think it was just Mac outclassing the Vanessa poison builds, as well as like builds meant to counter Mac, like one-shot builds, were also just one-shotting everything Vanessa was doing. Okay, we got a 14 burn thing. We can roll and see if we can get an upgrade here or something. I think we will take a start shot. I still like having that for the docks event. The dock event. I know that's not like super common. We don't have any money, so let's just go here. We could take heal on a heal item. Or regen. Yeah, let's grab heal. Although, regen is probably better, right? Regen's just really strong. We beat Aetherite, I think. I think the Narwhal can just handle the shield. And then once we get a little burn on them. Obviously, burn is sort of countered by shield. But like only sort of. Ooh, that was a big hit. What are they? They have 4% crit chance and they just donked us. We do have the Life Preserver, which means that it's like sort of hard for us to get really, really crushed here. Then we just stack some burn. 42 burn is quite a bit. On just like a 7-second cooldown, it's not too bad. Oh, we don't have space already. Okay, selling some stuff. Again, you don't need to sell that aggressively, but sometimes just for the sake of keeping everything confusion free. I think maybe we upgrade the rod because we might be playing aquatic stuff, and if we are playing aquatic stuff, getting better stuff is nice. Otherwise, we're just passing up a skill. Don't need to transform. Just take a weapon, just something to sell. Let's hope to take a fight here. And we just get the 1 XP. Not a great outcome, but better than an item most of the time. So yeah, day 3 fight. We have a decent amount of burn. They have Beast of Burden, 5 multicast. They have Flail. They also have Matchbox, Poison, Yo-Yo. Wait, why does the Poison Yo-Yo deal 1 with the 5, but like the Toxic Vein doesn't, right? So they have a different, they have like a buff for this thing? Does Toxic Vein only deals, like you have to get it upgraded, right? For it to deal 1? It deals 1 when it's on the opponent's side. Does the opponent just round up no matter who, like if it's a person? I kind of want to look for depth charge, but I think we'll just take study here. We don't need depth charge now. It's not really doing anything. Oh, okay, spider. So spider only does 1 poison. Okay, this is a weak spider. I think we can beat juggler if we have healing. So what if we just put in like maximum healing here? Yeah, let's see if we can beat the juggler. He mostly wants shield, I guess, but the healing And the extra life maybe keeps us alive. And we apply a lot of poison or burn to them as well. So like 32. Oh, are we dying here? No, don't die here. Oh yes, okay. So we killed them right at the same time we would have ticked down, but we also ticked back up. Okay, that was very close. Obviously, that wasn't like calculated. But I do like getting extra XP there. And none of this looks appealing even a little bit. I will reroll. If it was like kind of appealing, I might have. When you poison, crit chance. Like I think I'll even take this. This is something, as opposed to like the stone nothing we were looking at. I think we could do seaweed. We could take regen. I think seaweed maybe like fits into some build. I don't know which build it is. There is sort of like the cast a lot of stuff, jellyfish, pufferfish build that is sort of common. Actually, if we're gonna go into that, maybe Diamond Fangs would be pretty incredible. Diamond Fangs is actually also really good since we just have right-handed also. Also just, sorry, not Diamond Fangs, Shiny Fang. But yeah, Diamond Fangs are just really good if you can get some small items. And we do have some small items pumping out, right? So we could eventually get some diamond stuff and get some cool cooldown. I mean, usually just get gold from this way, though. Yeah, just a little bit of gold. We're not using force field this game, I don't believe. We can also sell this. And we're one short of the next level. So we're one short of being 6 to their 4. But we are 5 to their 4, so that's not bad. What are they doing? Oh, they do have a lot of shield against our burn, which is not great. Use an adjacent item. Okay, so they have a lot of charge. Yeah, they're just going to be able to stack a lot of shield and then kill us. Or are we just going to... Is our burn actually just going to outpace their shield here? Looks like it's outpacing their shield. Even if they get 100, like, if we have, 50, 100 burn on them and they get 100 shield, it still ticks down 50-50, 1 second. So that's awesome. Yeah, we can take them down. More poisons. We have a couple poison buffs if we sort of transition to a poison build. Do we have a star shot? I believe we do. Yeah. We'll go to star shot, get some gold, get some XP. Oh, I like Bakun, but we'll just take a fight here. We should beat Trash Town pretty easily. Trash Town's usually pretty weak. I mean, it's always the same strength level, but it usually feels pretty weak, is what I mean. Did we just crit? Is that why this had extra burn? Did we get like a crit burn? Yeah, we're taking them down pretty good. They really don't have a ton going on. And we'll take whatever. It's all just gold for the most part. Oh, I keep getting these silly chum buckets. Oh, and then nothing froze. Here we go. We'll take the mod squad, sell this thing. We don't really have much going on. We do want to find a build eventually. At 7 we can upgrade. I think we just upgrade fishing rod maybe. And just try to get more like gold aquatic items. And just, I sort of like, what's the one I like? It's like depth charge, yeti crab, and then just like little aquatic items. Gets us most of the way there. And we kind of have some setup for that. Okay. When you use a friend, this gains a burn. That's interesting. Upgrade silver low. Let's just upgrade this thing. And we can look for a depth charge maybe. And dive weights. This is a depth charge. I don't think we're quite ready for it. Although, it's probably better than this thing. And we can buff its poison. It's 12-second cooldown early on. I wonder if instead of 200, every 5 seconds this takes us down 1 second, so this should cast in 10 seconds. No, that doesn't work at all. So every like 6 seconds, right? Or I know. So I guess no, it does work. It just takes an additional second to like kick in, so it will actually go off at 11 seconds, right? It's not that the cadence is wrong. It's just like the time it triggers is not the same. I'm gonna take a powder keg. I think we just swap this out. I could take a sauce. Actually, do we want the powder keg in? Just as 30% of their health has some chance to burn. Yeah. It was fine. We don't need, like, the powder keg to be lethal, obviously, because we have so many other things. They have a pretty strong Regal Blade. They have some burn. Although I don't think the burn stacks. It's close to stacking. We do have some healing, too, so that means, like, we don't just lose, really. But this is, like, healing is kind of slow is the issue. So we just dead to this Regal Blade hit? No, we got there in time. We would have died to the Regal Blade hit, but it just didn't get there. Powder Keg, yeah, it's like super unimpressive at silver. It does get like a lot better at diamond, and then way better once you enchant it. Now let's go for the dig site, see if we can get something enchanted. What is this? When you gain haste, when you gain burn, haste all your items? Really? Fort is always interesting. Oh, there's no way to make like fort work with these things, right? I'm gonna buy fort. Not because I think it's like necessarily good here, but so my thinking is like you can imagine a build that goes like this, and we double cast the powder keg at some point. It takes a while, but all their item cooldowns are long too. So we can go to the docks, or we can look for big items. I think either is fine. Maybe look for powder kegs and stuff. We get the depth charge, so this goes down to 10 seconds, or I guess 11 seconds. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, the prize is basically getting this to double cast. So if we can get that to a reasonable thing, because once this goes off at 8 seconds, it will take this down for 8 seconds. And then once this goes off, so at 11 seconds is when we're going off. So we do want to, like, so it does put a kind of a cap on how fast you can make it go. But, like, it's not bad. That wasn't super impressive, but I can imagine this, like, resembling a build eventually. It's not currently a build. XP is great. How we always loaded up on everything. Yeah, we're not going to do clam. So we don't want to reduce this cooldown at all. We do want to reduce, I guess, depth charge. Because this is actually cool because you can increase the cooldowns, and then I think I was talking about this with shipwreck because they just made a change to shipwreck. I like ammo. We can get an extra ammo here. Well, whenever you use an ammo burn, so that means this will trigger this by itself. Do we want that? Because we're already doing vents. But maybe then we don't need vents here? Like, can we throw seaweed in? And, like, jellyfish? And when this goes off, it will just trigger the powder keg? I mean, sure. I think what we really want is, I don't know, some kind of something else here. More powder kegs would be great. Well, I guess we can get like a rowboat or something. Something that will reduce the cooldown of this, but has a long cooldown to begin with. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, this just has shield and multi-click. This is not a powerful item. Other than that, it does, you know, slow down all your opponent's items too, and they don't get multicast. So that's obviously a lot worse for them. Okay, we did crit here. We do hit with a lot of poison. I guess we only got 13 crit. We would like another ammo over here as well. I guess see if it's needed to go off twice. And we need some upgrades here as well. Take this, take this. Okay, weird build obviously, but sort of interesting. I do like the Pearl Dig site. I feel like sometimes it gives you some cool items to build around. Yeah, especially enchanted stuff. They have a freeze build. Oh no, they don't even have a freeze build. Slowing these things down by a second does seem pretty worthwhile. You know, when they want to do like the super fast attacking. Now we can freeze some stuff, and then we blow up. Although the problem is like the blow up didn't actually do that much. Does this blow up twice? Like how much did this do? Oh, does this not work? Because when you give it shiny, it can multicast. Can it not multicast with the fort? Okay, so this just isn't a build then. Obsidian cannon. Anyway, this is a build. No. Anyway, Primordial Slumber is a build. Yes. Okay, we can do the same thing, but with Primordial Slumber. Let's do this. Okay, I need one. Let's get rid of this powder keg because it betrayed me. And we'll play this. And actually, I think the healing is probably not worth it here. It's just not fast enough. It just doesn't do enough. And then we do need to upgrade this. That was unfortunate. I kind of like that other version of the build. Just a little more interesting. Okay, so they're bonking us too. So we bonk ourselves and they're bonking us. But I think once stuff starts going off, we should be strong. Although, you know what, I don't actually even know. Yeah, that was pretty strong. Well, we did get crit. So that's what wanted for us. Although this would have attacked twice for, what, 1300? It only attacked once. So yeah, I guess the crit like didn't matter because it would have attacked twice. We don't have any slow. Let's, what do we not need? Probably the vents. We're probably not going back to, we might eventually. Let's get rid of coral in case we double back to vents. And I think Chili Charles we can beat. We'll eventually stack some poison, I think. All their items get slowed down. We'll get under them with poison. We'll eventually get... The primordial might go off just once, but it does sort of... The charge goes up even when it's frozen, so it doesn't really matter that it's frozen. It'll just eventually go off. And yeah, it looks like it crit them there, or just attack twice maybe? I don't even know. But yeah. Yeah, attack twice, right? So, do need this upgraded still, but... we could just get the damage one. Means this does a ton of damage. I kind of like the Radiant. I've been liking that lately, but, you know, we only offered the damage one. Ooh, I kind of like that. Look at that art. That's awesome. So, yeah, let's keep looking for stuff. I don't even know what exactly, like, we're looking for. Again, very strange build. I don't know what fort upgrades. We're gonna do the primordial right here. Yeah. Actually, one sec. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to play against Dooley. Well, I don't know what our record is. We got 4 wins, so I guess we got 2 losses. Doesn't look like they have perma-freeze. Maybe they just... I mean, we could always get rushed down. They'll have a shield at some point. I mean, we should do a ton of damage at this point. We do just need, like... A depth charge just doesn't go off that quickly is the issue. Okay, but once it starts going off... do you really need? We need, like, a dive weights. Because dive weights does trigger burn every time. And dive weights already has... thing. Yeah, the problem is, like, our board just can't be that fast, right? It's sort of restricted in how fast it can be. We're not going to cannonball. We can amber geese. We can sell some stuff. And then amber geese here. And then we'll chum bucket. Sell this stuff. We got a little plus gold there. Okay, I mean, this is like a nice defensive in terms of like just bonking all of them. It actually shows, I think, how powerful bonk is, right? If just something that, takes up 3 slots and bonks can be this strong. Obviously, this is giving all this stuff multicast, but, still powerful. And here, so yeah, we're just like very slowly ticking up, right? We have no haste or anything. And then once this stuff gets going off, we go a little bit faster, but it's really just waiting for, like, we're really just waiting 10 seconds for this to go. So yeah, I think dive weights or something of that kind. Poison. Yeah, let's see if we can get like another trigger on poison. First time we poison freeze. That does accelerate us by 1 tick, so that's fine. Median items. We can reduce this cooldown 1 more, right? As long as it's like... So as long as it's like base 7, it will go. So yeah, that'll be fine. If we're able to do that, obviously. We'll go just networking. This is sort of like a boulder build, honestly, almost. It's, we're just like slowly, ticking down and then just one-shotting. We have, we have the benefit of like the bonk from the fort. And bonk is, of course, like the thug monsters. I think it's just called thug, honestly. I don't think it has like a... I don't think it's like even a different type of thing. It's really thug. Has an ability called bonk, and it increases enemy cooldowns by 1. This increases all cooldowns by 1, but just the idea is just like slowing everything down. I think there is a skill that increases all cooldowns by 1. I think it's called lethargy, maybe, or maybe even more than 1. Ooh, nice. So I do wonder what the fort upgrade does, and if it's worth it. What are we getting? We got a crab. Does crab do anything? Or not crab, it's clam. Okay, let's go look for some ammo. We'll take an upgrade here if we can get it. We don't get it, so it doesn't matter. I think we beat Death Knight. I think even if our first attack doesn't kill, a second one will. And I think our first attack does kill. And I'm not sure if it's faster than they are. This is 12 seconds, this is 10. And I think we just win. Anytime this goes off, I think it triggers... Oh, did this knock off? Okay, there we go. Yeah, anytime depth charge goes off, it seems to trigger the Primordial. Because it's... Yeah, because I guess it's a burn, poison, freeze. Right, so it's all 3. Plus it's another instance of burn. That's really nice. Oh, does it remove freeze from items too? Wow, yeah, that's really good. And I think we can just upgrade this, and it will still be at... I guess this doesn't even need to be, like... This doesn't need to get the multicast. It's nice that it does, but I don't think it needs to. For it to be, like, effective. It's still... Just when it goes off, it's great. Is lighter going to be better than a turbo jellyfish? Probably not, right? It's going to take 4. We could even reduce the cooldown. I guess it doesn't matter, though. It's all about when this goes off. So, we're just trying to one-shot with the depth charge. I don't even know if is our fort even going off, or is it just too long? What do they have? They have apothecary. Yeah, basically, if they don't disrupt us and give us 8 seconds, I think it's hard to beat us here. We're really looking for like disruptive things, you know, is what's gonna be a problem for us. Because getting the 2 shots of this for it looks like about 3,000 apiece. We're only at 4,000 health, so like 6,000 health. Yeah, a little 5,000. Okay. So yeah, I think this has been cool. This has been a cool build so far. Let's see if we can keep it rolling. We can't really bring this down too much more. I wonder if it's worth like giving them anything. I guess not, right? Maybe this was just a bad... Maybe we didn't need to come here. There was just not... Like, we can't do too much. These are exactly 8. We can just grab this. I mean, I think the best thing is actually go gumballs and take the marginal upgrades there. And I think this one... Oh, we can beat Octopus. Oh, Octopus could reduce it. This is cooldown. And this doesn't need to be 5, right? This can... If we just got this... Like, if this was a 1-second cooldown and only did 4, we'd still be very happy. Because it's doing... Poison, burn, freeze, right? So that's 3. Plus an additional burn, so that's 4. And then it's doing that 5 times. And then it's giving us... So it's doing 20 iterations, and they each tick down 2, I believe. Wow, so we did get this. So this, yeah, reduces the cooldown, also reduces the cast, but I think, like I just said, I think that's fine. And we have 5 things. When they fall below half health, when you use a friend burn, so when these go off, which is going to be after that. So yeah, I think we just take the 4 here. Sorry, the 40% crit. So I think we're just sort of all about these now. To the point where I wonder if clams are just better. Like, I wonder if Yeti plus clam is actually better. Because this is just going to... This just triggers this once, I think. And we're never going to trigger it again. Is that right? Dual vat of acid. Another day. We'll just sell for 16. My thinking is that once this goes off, this will trigger. Probably get a kill. We would love more ammo. Is the only thing. If we could get... We're unlikely to get more casts off, is the thing. So we just put a little more disruption in. Right? But I think we just still get the kill here. Oh, they have a shiny laying that it's going to hit for... This will kill. So we need to kill before that goes off. And it looks like we... Oh, we do? Yeah, we do. We froze it and then hit. Awesome. Awesome. This is an interesting build here. Because this is pretty fast. This is like... oh, and they have the lifesteal. Wow. So yeah, we just like out single weapon them. The bunking. Making everything cool down 1 second more. It's effective. Getting the jellyfish. So like the jellyfish might be better than the crab here. Oh, actually, incendiary rounds are probably better than... So this is only going off 3 times, but it's also doing an additional burn. But it can go off twice. I'm trying to figure if that's better or worse. It's tough to tell. Oh, do we get a dive weights? We could also dive weights here. Why does it only say 2? Oh, because it's getting it from that. I guess the only thing is we're not... So we could like go this, right? We could slow. I guess it's just sort of back where we were. We're not getting as much poison on them as the only thing. But dive weights is really good, because when this goes off, which is a 7-second cooldown now. Why was it 8 before? Huh, doesn't matter. This will trigger 4 instances. So I think that's good enough. The best thing to do is go whatever, but I don't want to wait. Octopus again. Um, yeah, so again, 5 seconds. This should go off and kill. Well, I guess maybe Primordial doesn't do enough damage to kill the octopus. Like, this just has a ton of health. Although it didn't seem to do enough to kill. I mean, 44% crit times 2 chances is pretty significant. Like, it's only, what, probably like a 30% chance not to crit either time. I think this is, like, probably not the build most people would end up on. Which is part of what makes this game interesting, right? Like, I don't think people would have gone here. I'm not sure it's good, but I think that is interesting. What does Fort do if we upgrade? Is it just garbage? Let me see. I just kind of want to see what it is. It feels like it should be something. Is it just the shield number? Because that's disappointing if it is. All items are increased by 2. And Osgene multicast. Okay, so that's nutty. I don't even know if that's, like, better, because it slows down our build by quite a bit, but I guess it slows us down by 1 second. Less, I guess, but it slows them down by even more. So that's interesting. Yeah, I guess I didn't predict that it would double bonk. That's really interesting. Yeah. So Turbo Fixer Upper, what are we dying to here? Oh, the shield. The shield that's going off in 11 seconds. This is going off in 5 point something, but it got slowed. Oh, that's funny. They had a ton of shield, but we got in just in time to do 49 poison and take them down. This wouldn't have quite killed us, and a second volley would have killed. We do want 1 extra ammo on this, I think. That's really, like, sort of not hurting us so far, but is something I'm sort of concerned about. Okay, I think this, like, kills us most of the time. I guess out of all the things they could have hit, that was probably the best one. Maybe we win this because this just kills. Yeah, okay, never mind. We could use more crit. We do have the cleanse too, that's nice. Cleanse, remove everything. Yeah, I mean, we got some really nice skills, which is sort of like one of the reasons this build is, cobbling together. Shield item. Let's see what they got. Nothing. Then we're going to use burn, haste, charge. Let's see charge. There's probably some charge things that are... Oh, what is this? When you use an item, haste 3 burn items. So the clam will immediately haste our thing. Yeah, that's what we want to do. The other stuff is fine, but we actually just... It's all about getting the depth charge off. So, that's all we care about. And, yeah, everything is just so painfully slow. Between us slowing and then just bonking, everything is just so slow. Like, this is 6.5 seconds. That's usually not fast. But in the context of, everything being 2 seconds, it actually ends up being really fast. I do wonder, like, yeah, the Eclipse is, like, interesting because it should guarantee, like, something to go off. We don't even care about this stuff. Like, there's nothing we can buy there. We can't fit in, like, a medium item. We can't fit in, like, another aquatic item. We're just messing around right now. Not because we're necessarily just, like, going to win, but just because the path to improving our board, I don't think, comes from buying different items. It's more, we need enchantments. I wonder what the enchantment on Fort does. So we're playing Pig. I've been seeing a little more Pig recently. Skyscraper. Oh, so they had another shield build, another money tree build. That's been popping up because it just got changed. Okay, so this goes off, hits twice, but yeah, they didn't die. So this is like the second volley. Let's see if we can. Oh, they just No, they just crushed us because yeah, we actually do run out of juice, right? And they just have like a giant shield. So, yeah, okay. We're into the... Oh, I guess we didn't get egged quite yet. We do have 250 gold. I don't know if I've ever seen my gold get that high. And we can look for other stuff. I just don't know what we're looking for exactly. There's maybe like another build that like just I don't know if there's anything else that triggers all this stuff in the same way. I think we'll just take max health because we're just trying to win. We're trying to win one more fight. District, I think we should be able to kill. That stuff should be painfully slow. Like, this is a skyscraper we can, a space scraper we can deal with. Very slow, only does 400. Doesn't do anything when we crit them to death type of thing. Yeah, we just want one more ammo on this. So again, maybe we have another dive weights. Maybe like the best thing is this, right? It goes off 3, but it does the additional burn, which is worse. However, the dive weights goes off additional time, and we get a second shot. Heal. Can we get heal on anything interesting? Let's go enchant, and let's go... So we don't want to just double durations here. I think maybe we go dive weights because we're definitely keeping dive weights in. And so if dive weights gets poison, that gives us an additional tick as well. Yeah, we're just really space constrained. Obviously, we have 2 large items. That's going to do that for you. Nothing here. Again, so what we should be doing is just going for crit off the gumballs, and we do have a ton of gold. Okay, we're at 19. What were they at? They're at 16. This goes off at 9 seconds is a long time. But yeah, I think we intend to go off with this, and then if we need a second volley, we have one. We have actually like 3 volleys, basically. We go off we go off depth charge, then the dive weights, and then the depth charge should be ready to go again. Again, this is all assuming we don't just get killed. Yep, we just double crit them. I don't know if we double crit them, but we just take them out. So awesome. We got this cool fort build. What just happened? Oh, Sorry. So yeah, there's definitely ways in which, the game can kind of feel samey sometimes because there's only so many builds. But I think, sometimes you can put them together in interesting ways, and I think that can make it feel a lot fresher, right? Like, we've gone a lot of dive weight, depth charge. Like, we've seen these 3 items in a lot of builds. We've even seen Primordial and some of them together. Right, but adding the fort just added like such a new dynamic to this, like really added a lot of sort of disruptive option here, or element. The hyper focus with the depth charge. I mean, I think one interesting thing about this is, right, like how unoptimized does this look? You might see the fort and say, okay, we need everything over 8. But like this isn't over 8 because we want to go fast, right? This doesn't even have a cooldown, I guess. So it's really just the dive weights. It's really just the Primordial getting multicast, but it's also, it's mostly about slowing their items down by 2, right? And then we say, okay, we have the hyper focus, which is reducing the cooldown, which is why like this is only going off 3 times. Something usually going off like 6 or 7 times at least. I think you can get up to like 8 or 9, I guess, because it's each other aquatic, so it has 1, and then you can have 8 other aquatics, so you can have 9. I usually don't get to 9. I feel like I'm usually around 7. It's just where it ends up for whatever reason. We had some other good stuff. I mean, you gotta figure when we go off, and obviously the heated shells contributed, paralytic poison adds an extra one, but like, I think just like the idea that like you could, I don't even know if this is probably not optimized at all, right? Like, we have so many other options. You could have looked at like the jellyfish, and we had the jellyfish, we had the crab. You probably could have just done a jellyfish crab build, right? Jellyfish crab into depth charge. I think this gives us the best option for like when the depth charge goes off. Like, you just win. We only had 1 where they shielded past it, and we couldn't win. And maybe we could have like poisoned behind that if we went a more poison focused build. But this was like one of the most fun games I think I've played. We got the fort and then we just built around it. I do wish like there was a little, not that I need more randomness, but just having like, that's why the dig site is so interesting. You just get like these variety items. You get like an enchanted item to build around. Like, that's why I like starting with enchanted items. I wish those enchanted items felt a bit more like build around-y, which would lead to some games where you just like, they're very linear, right? You just like put your head down and go for it. But it is interesting to like kind of have to build around certain things you're given rather than being able to sort of force stuff, which is sometimes what I do. But this was so much fun. I thought this was a cool build, and I'm glad it sort of got there. I was sort of afraid that it might sputter out at the end. We just had so much gold, and we just had no way to convert it to, like, we weren't seeing a lot of upgrades. I guess we have, most of our major items upgraded, right? We weren't seeing enchants. This doesn't have an enchant. This doesn't have an enchant. Oh, I don't even know what this enchant does, though. This could be just some silly shield nonsense. We didn't see that many even skills. Like, we have some skills. We have some good ones. But, we could. I think we got this off of. What was this? This was probably off the, like the Death Reaper. This was off the Octopus, obviously. I think this was just the Diamond one. This might have been the Diamond one. Either one. Whatever it was. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. I'll have my depth charge guide out soon. So maybe that will contain some, of this footage too. Thanks for watching.